Next up is the actual second of the two recycled Mega Man 8 Robot Masters, this time being Tengu Man. In the beginning of the stage, we have a few easy balloons to jump from. Every time jumping off of them, though, they do explode, so you can't jump backwards. So you have to be ready for the screen to slowly scroll before you can actually move on. The enemies flying around as the clouds are easily defeated with a full charged up blast. In this area, move along these balloons carefully as you move over to the right, so you end up not staying too long on them to hit the spikes of the ceiling, or move too fast and the screen hasn't scrolled by far enough, so you don't end up falling in any of those pits. And here we have some more balloons, however these balloons slow up when you land on top of them. Jump up to this ladder, being careful not to hit the spikes, then move over to the right. Switch over to the ice wall move, and then use it to get over the platform, and if you want to, you can collect the CD over there. Jump down just right so you land on the platform or on the balloon. In this room, in order to get to the next door, you have to defeat both of the robots. Now, they can take a good amount of shots, or you can either use one of your weapons. Using the ice wall, if you're close to them, will instantly defeat them, or use the copy ability to hit long distances. You can use the copy ability to also hit the one on the top area easily here, and you can see he's done with only a couple of shots. Up here, we have two more of those robots that you have to defeat. As you'll see, I'll use either my charged up blast, or once again, you can use one of your skills. Once you defeat it, the door opens up, and we can move on to the next area. Now it's time for our battle against Tengu Man. As you can see, his level is relatively large, just like Burner Man's stage. If you have your ground drill that we got from Ground Man, you can use that against him, as that's his weakness. Now he starts off by moving up and down across the top of the screen, and if you time your shots and jumps correctly, you can actually hit him during this. He also launches out these little mini tornadoes that if you get caught in, you'll be stuck in for a couple of seconds. So you're going to have to time your shots in order to hit him, either while he's floating back and forth in the air, or when he dives down towards you. For the most part, though, he's relatively easy to dodge, and his tornadoes don't take you too far, so you really don't have to worry about too much of getting knocked into any of those pits. You also sometimes have to dodge a charge move, where he'll charge towards you quickly and take a swipe at you. Once he's defeated, you get that move, and you end up moving on to the final Robot Master of Rockman and Fort. And now it's time for the final of the Robot Master levels, as we have Dynamo Man to finish things up. Start off by destroying these exploding blocks before continuing on. Be careful with these enemies, because as you can see when you defeat them, they leave a little bit of fire around for just a couple of seconds, so you have to be careful. Move quickly along the conveyor belt, jumping over the enemies or sliding under other ones so that you can avoid getting hit during your time on it. Get to the very edge of that conveyor belt to make a long jump over the gap so you end up not falling into the pit. And this door is our mini-boss for this level. It's two robots on the left and right side, and they fire different projectiles at you. Deliver a charged-up blast to each one in order to defeat it. They'll either spit out a little bit of slime from the top of them, or they'll fire a little ball of light that'll come out the bottom, coming towards you. Try to destroy as many as you can before they end up falling close to the ground and lining up with one another, delivering a very large projectile that covers the whole screen as they move up and down. After you defeat enough of them, you will see that side be destroyed, destroy the other side, and the door will open. In this area, you're going to have to be very careful, as a moving light will slowly show you the correct areas that you can go without landing in pits or spikes. If you play it though a few times, you'll get the pattern down, and you'll be able to get through the areas without any real trouble. Down here we have some more conveyor belts, but nothing really that difficult compared to what we've already been dealing with. Once we enter this door, it's time for our final robot master boss, dealing this time with Dynamo Man. Dynamo Man will jump across the screen and then start dashing a couple of times left and right. Deliver your full charged up blast when you can. He'll then jump in an arcing pattern, leaving 5 electrical shocks in his path that'll then start flying at you in different order depending upon where you are. For the most part though, you'll be able to see them coming and be able to dodge them. He'll then land and start firing these different projectiles. Those can be destroyed, and if you do, you'll be able to deliver shots to him. However, the worst thing he does is after a certain amount of damage is done to him, he'll jump up and start recovering health. To get him out of this, you'll actually have to attack both sides of the device in order to break it, allowing him to re-fall down. Sometimes you'll get 2 or 3 of this during the course of the battle. If you have the copy vision with you that we got from Astro Man, you can use that to destroy him a little bit quicker, as that's his weakness. The last of Dynamo Man's moves are, he will throw 3 electrical bolts into the air, which will cause lightning to strike him. Once this happens, 3 different lightning bolts will come out in sets of 3s, and you'll have to be careful to get in between 2 of them so you can avoid taking damage. Once he's finally been defeated, his mask will shatter, we get his ability, and now we can move on to the final levels of the game. We start off though, before going to the actual final stages of King, we stop by here. In each of these rooms you'll have to use a different ability to destroy the different containers in them, in which case, once you do, a giant bolt containing a lot of money will appear. Since I didn't really buy any items throughout the game, I will collect these bolts in order to buy a few items from the shop. As you saw, I used the lightning ability first, then in this room, I was able to use the ice wall to hit it. In this room, break out your drill and use it and break it apart at least once so that you're able to hit the thing on the top. In this room, you're gonna have to use Tengu Man's ability, which causes a blade to bounce off the walls, and if you do it correctly, it'll bounce off the far wall and bounce right into what we need to hit. Over here, switch the Magic Man ability to hit both the top and the one to the right. In this one, you can see that you can use Burner Man's ability to destroy the little bit of wall and then destroy the actual box.